Welcome to my analysis of the orange butterfly. Pernell Bobby asking you to like and subscribe. Check this out.
Okay, this is one of my maps along with this here. Okay, really helps me out. You see the orange? So when you see the orange butterfly, a lot of that's going to deal with, okay, one of the things I missed in the video was you're going to be feeling isolated. I spoke of the low libido. Oh, man, this is huge. The fear of intimacy, okay, because that's a big pleasure. Feeling powerless when it comes to your creativity. These are all low expressions, okay? These are all when your chakra is blocked, and this is that orange one, okay? When you're more balanced, this is when you're feeling passionate. This is when you're feeling, I think in control is actually over on the wheel. I think that was my mistake. But you're going to have a healthy libido. You're going to feel highly creative. You're going to feel open, okay? In control is not really here. That's more on the willpower and the mani pura, which is the... what is the I studied them in Sanskrit more. Okay, mani pura, willpower. That's not this video. But when it's overreactive, the sex addiction, hedonistic, the manipulation, over emotional. Okay, this is part of how I stay focused. This is the rest of the chakra points, all 7. And thank you for checking in with this video. Like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, baby.
Do, re, so, mi, fa, la, la. Do, re, mi, so. Do, re, mi, so. Subscribe. Good morning, how you doing? This is Pernell Bobby asking you to not only like and subscribe this because you're here for a reason, and I want to keep pumping this spiritual knowledge to you, this spiritual science, along with not just the astrology, but I really want to start implementing relationships. The relationship that we have with ourselves, which ultimately expands into the relationship we have with others, and really start implementing, this doing business from a more spiritual perspective. But you're not here for that right now. You're here for the butterfly, the orange butterfly. I was supposed to did this like 4 or 5 months ago, especially when I watched the black butterfly blow up, but it never hit me. It didn't hit me till right now to really do it, because I'm not gonna push something out to you because I think that it's going to get more engagement. I'm going to push it out to you because I was called to do it when I was called to do it. Now I was called to do the orange butterfly. What's the significance? What's the spiritual meaning behind the orange butterfly? And to give that to you, okay? So for starters, we need to take orange into consideration. What is orange significant for, okay? So if you checked my black butterfly video, you would have seen that when all the chakras are combined, when all the colors are combined, it creates black. When you have every color combined in the world, it creates black. And that's where that black butterfly is at. And I'll put the video up here. But orange is just a single purpose, okay? It is your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra, also called the Swadhisthana, okay? In Sanskrit writing, Swadhisthana. And it's your pleasure center, okay? It is your center for your libido, all right? Not just your libido, but just overall pleasure, the overall ability to experience joy. It is responsible for like the child sector, okay? The inner child that we have inside of us. Inferior niño in Espanol, okay? So you're going to really, when you see the orange butterfly, especially on repeat, okay, one, like all signs, you should really check in with yourself on what are you thinking about at that moment? What's coming to mind right then and there? So for me, I kept seeing an orange butterfly, and I knew that it meant like a sign of creativity. But every time I would try to create something, it just wasn't there. I didn't have it. So what I was refusing to want to see in the moment, which is when you know you're either in a low expression or a high expression, I was in a low expression. When you're seeing this and you may feel like you want to be creative, but you just can't create, your chakra is blocked, okay? Your sacral chakra, your Swadhisthana is blocked. And no one wants to have their joy blocked. No one wants to have their pleasure center blocked. So one of my quick recommendations, if you're feeling blocked when it comes to this and creativity is not something available, okay, go find more nature. This is La Diosa. This is my first plant that I've ever had. I have 2 more over there. And so nature is one of the ways that I started to unblock myself, remove myself from the low expression where you're going to experience a low libido. Okay, there's a low sex drive where you're going to experience no creativity, when you're not really going to be open to new things, new people, new concepts, new joys, new pleasures. You're going to really move more in the space of a low vibration where you're feeling afraid to experience the things that energize you, experience the things that you really love to do. Okay, you're going to be in a state more where you're people pleasing, where your projects are frustrating you. Okay, where your creative endeavors are frustrating you, or you're just not finding yourself in a space where you're able to follow through to completion. These are low vibrations when it comes to the sacral chakra. And when you see an orange butterfly, you get to assess, are any of the things that I just said to you really relevant? Okay. Now let's say you're in a high vibration. You're in your God mode, what I like to call your God frequency. When you see an orange butterfly, then this is when you're going to have that high libido, okay, that high sex drive. You're gonna really be drawing a lot of people into you. People are going to have a magnetic attraction to you. They're going to feel that energy, okay? Not only that, but you're going to be highly creative. Not only are you going to be feeling creative, but you're going to create, okay? So that's that high vibration. That's that high frequency. That's that God mode. It goes deeper than that, though, right? So the orange, it's the inner child. So when you see an orange butterfly, it's your inner child looking to communicate with you, looking to say, hey, look, I'm blocked, or I'm flourishing, okay? Now, what does an overactive sacral chakra, the orange chakra, the pleasure center, the second chakra point, what does an overactive look like? That's a good question. I need to think about this for a second. Okay, I wanted to give that a second to think. And an overactive sacral chakra, your second chakra, the Swadhisthana, in Sanskrit again, is going to be, and this is all when you see an orange butterfly. You know, I sent a bird, which is blue, in my emoji the other day, and it's like, why am I supposed to know what that means? And I had to remember, like, yeah, like I should put more of this information out. Okay, so an overactive sacral chakra, you're going to be really manipulative. You're going to have a lot of manipulation happen in your life. You may be the manipulator, or you may be allowing yourself to be manipulated. Okay? You're going to be over emotional. So there's other factors that can go into that over emotional piece. You know, if you want to get a natal reading with me, you can do that. You can book down below. There are two options. One, if you want to do a personal reading, where you're actually live, you're interacting with me. I'll give you recommendations for different crystals. I'll give you different affirmations that are going to really play in for you. And, you know, dive into the sector. You'll be able to schedule down below. You'll see the questions that I'll ask you. Are you looking to focus on the challenges in your life? You're looking to focus on your love in your life, whether it's coming in or coming out. Are you looking to focus on, you know, what does your core ego self look like, and where are you being blocked in that? So all that's below, okay? Maybe you're here for the orange butterfly and you're feeling like you have a low libido. You're feeling like you're allowing yourself to be manipulated, or your inner child is not allowing to express itself. Book one of these natal readings and I can help you discover, because that family area is a big one, right? The family area is a lot linked to that inner child, and inner child, when it's blocked, is linked to no creativity. So it's all interconnected. So feel free to schedule that. I am open now. They're coming in because these interviews and these podcasts are really increasing. But side note, when is it overreactive? Not materialistic. That's more on your root chakra, okay? Your red chakra. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a video on that, or if you have any other video suggestions that you would like me to hone in on, and I can go get that happening for you. Overreactive sacral chakra, when the orange butterfly comes into your life. Hedonistic, okay? Hedonistic is something that you're going to experience. You're going to have addictions to sex, okay? Now sex is going to be a form of an escape, a form of just avoiding the underlying issues that you are facing. No creativity, but overly emotional. Again, that's why I left off the last time. You could be overly emotional because you could be experiencing a full moon. You could be overly emotional because other zodiac indications within your natal chart, within your spiritual blueprint, what I like to call it, could be involved. Whether you have like some Cancer in your chart, maybe you have some Scorpio and you're out of alignment. You know, it could even be Aries, because Aries are emotional people as well, even though they don't pretend not to be like openly always, which they are openly if the cause is right. But these are some of the overreactive things, all right? So just to finish off, I gave you where you blocked, no creativity, sex drive is pretty much, you know, you're not really open to new things, new projects. You're afraid to experience things that you love, things that bring you joy, things that energize your life. That's all blocked energy. If any of those resonates, your sacral chakra is blocked. That's what the orange butterfly means for you in this moment. My personal analysis, okay? This isn't some science. This is me dissecting who I am, what I know, and giving it to you, redistributing. And if you're really charged up, if you're really open and you're not blocked in that area, you're going to have a very well-balanced sex drive, okay? Because remember, the overactive sex drive is when you're overreactive in that area. But you're going to have a really balanced and a strong libido, okay? You're going to be highly creative, and you're going to really take action on those creations. You are going to, within that orange chakra, that orange butterfly coming in a good state, in a charged state. Que más? Que más is what more? What else in Spanish? Excuse me, I'm drawing a blank. Maybe you have to rewind. What is happening? I'm going to let that pass and just say, hey, feel free to rewind or ask me questions, and I can explain more in the comments. And then recognize that overreactive, being addicted to sex, okay? Not a weak libido, not a strong libido in a healthy sense, but overreactive to sex. Overly emotional, hedonistic, manipulative. These are things you don't want. You want to be in that God frequency where you're creating, that high frequency, that high level of expression, not the low, where you're creative, where you find yourself enjoying life, things that energize you, things that bring you life. When your inner child feels satisfied, you want to ask yourself, when you see this orange butterfly, you want to ask your inner child, what do you need today for me to really be able to satisfy your hunger, to satisfy your needs, okay? Ask your inner child, ask yourself. Sit there, breathe first. And once you take yourself down a notch, notice my voice, the tonality change, the emotions, all that passion is rising up in me to do this video. You can start to hone it, okay? And you can really start to direct that energy in a positive way. The inner child is major, okay? Your pleasure center is all in that orange space. So other than that, when the orange butterfly comes, it's a time meaning that you are being supported. You are being reminded that you should check in of where is that balance at. Are you in a low vibration or high vibration? Rewind if you want to know what that low and high looks like. Are you in a low vibration? You're in a high vibration. Okay? That is major. You're going to have a lot of community and supportive projects coming your way. Okay? When Orange Butterfly comes up, you can pretty much foresee the future, and you can say, look, I have a community environment that's going to really come and start to support me. I have group projects that are going to come in. I have support from someone outside of yourself that's going to come in. It is a sign to stay encouraged. It's a sign that comes when you're dealing with, especially a very tough time, when things just don't seem to be going your way, when life seems to kind of almost be against you. This orange butterfly is a reminder, okay, that better days are coming. Support is coming. The community will help you. Now, what community is in your life, that's something you need to discover. That could be people helping you. For me in my life right now, it's people helping me with their guest podcasts. I'm coming on, it's a lot of guest podcast interviews. Beyond the interviews, what else? You know, a lot of referrals are coming my way from different services with the natal charts. Again, check down below if you want to get a natal chart reading. These are the things that are coming when that orange butterfly comes into your life. It's just a sign to check in with your level of creativity, check in with your sex life, check in with your joys, check in with your inner child. Those are 4 things I would probably say. Check in if your manipulation is in your life and you've observed that after taking a couple breaths. Be kind with yourself, okay? The orange It's not only about the joy and the pleasure, but just about some compassion. Okay, orange has that vibrant life energy to it, right? Like no one ever really like hates orange. So if you really resonated with this, please again like, subscribe. I appreciate you deeply for checking in, for trusting me, because it takes trust. All right. Recognize that not all signs are a sign. Okay. Sometimes you can just see an orange butterfly because you saw an orange butterfly. Not everything means that something needs to change. That's very important for you to kind of check in with yourself and that creativity, whether manipulation is a part of your life. All of these things spoken before, try to make sure you put yourself in that high vibration, that God frequency, okay? That expression where you're feeling energized. And if you're not feeling energized, you probably check back in earlier in the video with those low vibrations. And the scariest of them all is that overreactive, okay? That when it's overreactive, it shows up as the same signs I've already given you. So thank you for your like. Thank you for your subscribe. Check this again. Share this with somebody. Help a brother out. This is my main job. And I appreciate you deeply. Do, re, mi, so. Do, re, so, mi, fa, la, la. Do, re, mi, so. Do.